we're working with and hoping you raise as much as we can for them. We have $45 from Aaron Briggle. Greetings from Seattle. Keep up the great work. We'll continue to try to.
I guess only 99. Maybe he should run around my system. Then I needed to pay $1.
That's awesome. That's bad for like the cash agents.
He's not ready for the second. Yeah, I can do that.
All right, you want to see what's coming up the next bit? We have a. Go ahead and hit on the schedule page. You can also click on the link to the past runs. Also are on that schedule. That one was poorly done, but at least I tried. And it's really great that you guys, it's bad, but it's also great that you're sending so many donations to crash our tracker, or at least make it chug some. Are we, and we're just about to start Link to the Past?
Is the file name 502?
The file name, I'll do a last check, see if it opens up, but it looks like it will be the 502. Let me do one more check here. And I haven't seen anything new since I checked a few minutes ago.
Dude, 126.26.
Yes, indeed. Oh, we just got more donations in for 502, so it won by about $830.
Wow.
So it
Thanks,
is 502.
Thank you, yes.
Thank you, 502.
Yeah.
Alright, Jade. That's good.
Do you know the timer for
That's
it?
good. Yeah.
That's when Link is
I'm gonna put that before.
Well, you want me to start again?
I don't care.
And looks like
From the bed, I'll call it out for you.
it looks like Jadin is doing SDA timing and not SRL timing for this particular run. So he's going to start the timer when he gets out of the bed.
It'll be about 27 seconds faster than SRL timer.
Yeah, it's about If you didn't hear, it's about 27 seconds faster.
Using oath. Alright, so this is Link to the Past, and we have Jadin here running it. So there's a lot of, the thing about this game is it's extremely optimized. Aside from like Super Mario Brothers, I can't think of really many other games that are as optimized as this game. So there's just a lot of specific things that are done. We could honestly take like this whole day and even more to explain what you have to do in this game. So yeah, here we go. So one of the first things we're going to be doing here is what's called wall pumping. So Gianna, if you want to explain a little bit about that, because I'm not the best at explaining that.
Wall pumping, basically against walls when you're going north and west. If you mash the D-pad towards the wall, it can sometimes boost Link forward a pixel, and over the course of the run it saves like 10 seconds, but any little thing you can do to save time is worth it.
Exactly. Like with Link to the Past, we're talking about saving frames here, not seconds at this point. Like every little thing, you try to do what you can to save time in this game. So yeah, with wall pumping, once you really get the dash, you don't do a lot more wall pumping. It's mostly the first section, the escape, and Eastern Palace, which is the first dungeon. So
There's also air pumping.
yeah.
Air pumping's the same as wall pumping, but in the air.
When you guys get a chance, can you give a roll call who's all on the couch?
Okay, sure. So Jape. That's Jape. The Darkman78.
Gianna.
Sicko.
Alright.
Cosmo.
Who's last?
Days.
Let's go with
Until
it. Basically.
And the rest, yeah.
Oh.
Jay, you want to do donations? I'm sure there's really not much.
I'm waiting for my thing to load, so go
Okay.
ahead and...
Alright, there's not really much to explain about Escape.
He's wall pumping.
Yeah. He's wall pumping, he's slashing monsters, that's pretty much it. Again, everything is very specific in what you do.
Can you guys explain the fastest way to kill the prison guard, and why you choose that way, and how much faster it is from the second fastest way to do it?
Could you say that again?
The fastest way to kill the prison guard guarding Zelda. How do you do with that? Like
Black
what's
Knight, I'll
Are
do
you're talking about the mace guy
Yeah.
at the basement?
I'll do a 8/ method. It's a little bit riskier. It'll save like a half a second or a second maybe.
It saves like 20 frames.
So basically, you're just gonna slash him while he's swinging his mace, and if you time it right, he's not gonna hit you. That was not too bad.
The mace guys,
Yeah.
he'll carry your sword randomly. There's nothing you can do about it.
So here you got the lamp. You could also get the lamp in Link's house, but obviously it's just faster to get it here.
Also, there's this thing called stairwell lag. Every time you go up and down stairs, you need to hold left or right for 1 frame when you gain control, and it saves the gap a second, I think.
It'll save 7 or 8 frames.
It saves
Slow down.
Over the course of the run, it saves a lot.
So yeah, here we got Zelda. Just gonna escape out of this place.
If you
Alright,
wall pump the wrong direction, east or south, it actually slows you down. So
Oh.
that's why you don't do it in those directions.
I'll read off a category choice we have coming up pretty soon for Super Metroid. Right now, 100% is ahead by about $1,000. $3,107 to $2,119.85. So if you want to see anything other than 0%, better get your donations in now. Also, Kill the Animals is ahead by about $900, which is not a huge amount really for this particular donation.
When I checked earlier, Save the Animals was ahead by
Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah, so it's really I mean.
Not ending that until he kills Mother Brain.
Yeah, so that has raised a total so far of over $20,000.
Crazy.
Oh my god!
Very impressive.
People love those animals, or don't.
The escape is really random. Like there's so many enemies, they all have random patterns. And to
We also-
determine your time is just random.
We have some choices for the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess file name and horse name coming up. Right now, Cosmo, over here, is in the lead for the file name at $1,433. The next highest is Waffles at $406. And for the horse name, Furley is ahead right now at $473, while Applejack is second at $363.
Air pumping in water is really important because since Link goes so slow in water, when you air pump in it, it guarantees he'll go the extra pixel forward. So it's really worth it for that.
Can you see all I assume you're gonna get the Sanctuary Heart trade.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sanctuary Heart is an optional heart, but it's the best safety item in the game. It only takes a few seconds to get, so.
Yeah, so you're gonna see that treasure chest right there. That is an actual heart. So in an RTA, you wouldn't really get it if you're, really good at this game, but most people just get it because this game is so brutal. Like the smallest thing can literally kill you. So anything to help you out, it doesn't cost too much time, you're gonna do. So also one thing we should mention is the category is called any percent no out of bounds and no S and Q, which is save and quit. So with save and quit, how that works is if you were to save your game and quit, you could start at different places in the overworld. So that would save time, but in this case we can't use that. So we just travel through the overworld.
The community pretty much agrees that no save and quit's better because it has a lot more gameplay.
And also with out of bounds, there are a ton of ways to actually go out of bounds in this game, including one trick which basically lets you beat the game in a minute and a half. So naturally, that's not a very interesting run if you keep doing that. So.
All right, Jadin, we do have a comment from our last Link to the Past marathon runner, Cypher. And he says, hello, Jadin, it's Cypher. I only want to say, knock 'em dead, pal. Do what I could not do. Thanks.
Thanks, Cypher. All right, so
That
here.
was a good run until Ganon's capital. Ganon.
Definitely.
Yep. It was. So here we're going to Eastern Palace. That is the first dungeon. Yeah. Eastern Palace is fairly simple. There's not really much that can go wrong. The boss is fairly simple if you get the setup right. Yeah, I mean, there are things that can go wrong, but I mean, out of all the dungeons, it's not too bad.
Pretty much the entire light world there's a lot of luck involved.
Yes.
In the dark world, it's a lot more skillful and difficult.
Yes, there are, I want to say what, I guess 2 or 3, I guess if you include Moldorm. There's 3 really specific spots in the light world that are very RNG dependent.
Landloss and Ganon.
So here, normally in this room, you have 4 skeletons, 4 Stalfos that spawn. But if you walk in a specific pattern, you can actually just kill the 2 of them that he did there that are invisible, but they actually exist still. So you just kill those 2 and it opens the door.
Just getting these arrows so he doesn't have to rely on a lucky draw.
And just a reminder for the prizes that are available right now. We've got Baby Link outfit. Is she still in? Okay. She's head out. But if you saw it earlier, it was a Baby Link outfit. $10 to get in on the drawing for that. The $10 for a Zelda cross stitch. Hope we can get a link into the chats for that.
So if you see there, he actually basically just damage boosted through the switch right there. Normally you're supposed to, I think, kill all the monsters in the room if I'm not mistaken. And that releases the red flames, but you can just damage boost through it and get yourself a key.
And $5 for a Japanese 1.0 card of this game.
And box 2.
And box. Oh, and box. Yeah, it's box.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks to John for that.
The Zelda cross stitch was provided by Sembrea.
The rupee route for the game, you only need 5 rupees. Yeah, you'll get the rest automatically, so I'm set for rupees for the rest of the game.
Yep, there's a few instances where you need rupees. One of that is to open the first dungeon in the Dark World, Palace of Darkness. You need 110 rupees, but 105 you get automatically. So, just need to get on rupees. And here in this boss coming up, so there's a specific spot he needs to stand on to kill the boss. Once he stands on that spot correctly, the boss's fight is pretty much over.
You missed part of it.
So as you can see, it's a pretty straightforward fight once you get the right pixel. And what he did there is a little technique that saves 1 frame. So if you swing your sword or your charged sword around while you get the pendant, it saves 1 frame. And it looks kind of cool, so that's always nice.
And not too bad at Eastern.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. So now we're going to go get Dash and get our rupees and bombs. So Dash, of course, naturally makes you go faster. The Pegasus boots, I guess is it's called. Do you remember what the frame window is between dashing, or the step count between dashing and not dashing? 3.5 or something like that.
The tile window?
Yeah.
4.5 times.
4.5? You said 4.5? Yeah, so basically with dashing, you're going to dash at basically almost all instances of the game, unless either, of course, you're going to hit a monster, or you have 4 point... What? Okay. Alright.
Koji Kondo's second word.
Technical difficulties. Oh, alright, what the heck?
I wasn't looking at that.
God bless the RNG. So here we're moving to a Desert Palace. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the book first, sorry, and then we're gonna go to Desert.
There you go.
So as you can see in the previous room when he got the Pegasus boots, he got 100 rupees and 3 bombs. Bombs are really important because obviously, of course, there's specific parts in the game where you need to bomb. There's also a few instances where you'll be bomb jumping, which saves a pretty decent amount of time, and we'll explain those situations when they come. Pretty much every item in this game that you get is, of course, for a specific reason. You would never get an item you don't need to, including mails, the golden sword, big bombs, stuff like that. You don't need it, so you don't get it.
How many tiles do you need to move for it to be worth dashing?
Oh yeah, I was trying to explain that, and then yeah. So basically, unless you're gonna get hit, or it's a 4.5 tile or less, then you wouldn't dash. Otherwise, you would dash. Oh man.
Can you explain why we're running the Japanese version?
Oh yeah. So yeah, basically he's doing the Japanese version because 2 reasons. One, faster text. You save about a minute or so with faster text. There's also a few specific tricks that are in Japanese 1.0 version that aren't in any other version, including any English version. So one of those tricks is coming up after this dungeon, so I'll explain that.
This dungeon is probably the easiest.
Yeah.
in the whole game. And then the boss is like the hardest.
The dumbest. Oh man. The boss is RNG dependent and reacting to it, I guess.
Trying something new, didn't work.
You guys want to read donations? There's not really a whole lot going on in this dungeon.
Okay, here's a message for you. I still can't get my donations up yet, but we have a special message for you. It's the afroken. It's back again. It's the afroken. It's my best friend. Good luck to our very good friend Jadin. Love, Boss Crab and Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal and Boss Crab.
Thanks, guys.
This is a keyhole dash, I think it's called. You can dash through keyed doors if you do it on the right pixel. Otherwise, you'll bang into the door.
Any?
You can do it on there.
I don't think it works going south though.
Oh, really?
It's the only direction.
Are there any south key doors?
Yeah.
There's one in Ganon's tower if it would work.
Oh.
But it doesn't.
Oh, right, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Okay, so here Lammo is coming up. Lamolus is the boss name. So you'll see part of the RNG of it is where he spawns and where he moves. So you have to react to that.
Use bombs.
Yeah, he uses bombs. So
Use bombs because it makes it a lot less RNG.
Alright. So yeah, that was what, 4 or 5 wave? 4. Yeah, so that was a 4 wave, which is not.
Doors like that.
Yeah, it's not terrible. 3-wave is pretty decent, and 2-wave is really good, but really hard to do. 1-wave, I think, is... I don't know if it's still pass only, or you can do it, yeah, but it's just extremely hard to get a 1-wave. And of course, each wave means, you know, when it goes up and goes down. So here, a trick will be coming up. It's called fake flippers. So you don't need this, of course, to get through the game. It saves about, I think, 7 or 8 seconds. So basically how that works is, obviously you need the flippers to swim in deep water, but what the game does is it gives you 1 frame before it sends you back. So if you dash to the edge, and then if you're on the edge of the screen 1 frame before the edge of the screen, and then you switch to the new screen, it considers the fact that you have flippers, so you can swim in the deep water. Like that.
Nice.
If you get hit while doing this, it soft locks the game.
Yeah, so you don't want to get hit.
If I get hit out of that, I'd have to reset pretty much.
Yes. But yeah, that if you saw him swing with a bush, that's a setup. That's I don't know who did the setup, but it's a fairly common thing that everybody uses now to determine how to get to the last pixel before the edge of the screen.
Is that swimming trick the one you said was coming? It's only Japanese.
Yes, exactly. That trick is Japanese 1.0 only. That and another trick called item dash, which I'll show you later when that happens.
Death Mountain would be the worst part of the game.
The boulders are just
The squirrel things.
yeah. Oh god, the squirrels! Don't even get me started. But yeah, the boulders coming up are purely RNG dependent. They may literally kill you, or nothing happens. Dude, that thing might hit him.
I think it's alright.
All right. So yeah, as you can see, Jadin's trying to make sure he doesn't get hit, so he's just taking it slowly.
That's good.
So yeah, that was not too bad.
You can mash left and right on these ladders, and it's the same as wall flipping, but actually a lot faster.
You can save half a second on that ladder.
It's a lot.
Not really too much.
That was a quick warp. For some reason, like certain X coordinates let you warp a half a second faster. So you gotta figure out exactly where it's going to use the Mire.
So here's a trick coming up. Hopefully he lands it. Explain in a second. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, I think that's 3 consecutive frame perfect inputs, if I'm not mistaken. To do the boomerang dash, then dash, and then land on the.
You just have to hit down, left, dash, and boomerang the same thing.
Yeah. So what that does is saves you a second, I guess, in the next room. Not even.
I saved like 15 frames.
That's really 15 frames. I thought it was like half a second or second, something like that. But yeah, it also looks really cool. So you know, about that swag. So here, when swinging these guys, of course, as you can see, you move back. And they take a lot of hits to kill, so it's much better to either throw a pot at them or just swing them in the pit. Alright, so here we got a bomb jump coming up. So bomb jump basically allows you to jump over pits that you're not normally supposed to. It's a very specific 2-frame window, or 6 frames if you dash. Alright, there we go, perfect.
Dash also gives like 2 more extra pixels to stay on.
So yeah, it's referring, the pixels are referring to by the edge of the pit, so. Oh, jeez, really?
Pretty great.
So yeah, he uses the bomb jump 3 or 4 times. I forgot specifically how many times. Alright, so we got Moldorm coming up. He's just an asshole. I don't know what else to say. His pattern is totally random, and you have to hit the back of the tail. So. Yeah. So here he's dash attacking. It's once you get the timing right, it's actually a lot easier to do than just trying to hit his tail normally. Oh. There you go. That's Moldorm for you.
I only got 1 heart too, so I can't afford to dash anymore.
Yeah. So he'll probably use, I assume you're going to use the safety attack?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Try to play it safe and
Yeah.
hopefully not die.
I'll explain it later. Let you. Seriously? Alright. There we go. Moldorm's done. So basically, you noticed, I'm sure some of you thought he was going to fall, but actually, if you're holding your charge and you're tapping your direction in the opposite direction of where the pit is, oh, it's hold. So yeah, you're not going to fall. So it's basically the easy strat against Moldorm. So now we've got 3 pendants. We're going to get our Master Sword. And we're going to go to Ganon. Again? I said again. Again, I guess. No. I guess I said it, different. Whatever.
We have $10 from Catherine Maestro. What you guys doing are a true art form, and I'm completely awed. Thanks for showing your skills for a good cause. And our cause is Doctors Without Borders. I can't remember exactly, so I have to read off my list here. But an international medical humanitarian organization created by doctors and journalists in France in 1971. Basically, they go into various countries without any bias whatsoever and help people that are threatened by violence, neglect, or catastrophes of any kind. And all the money that you donate goes straight to Doctors Without Borders. SDA doesn't keep any of it.
Also, Darkwing, anytime we're in the overworld, you can read donations. You don't need to ask.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing's going on in the overworld. Nothing important.
We have $50 from Ian Gillespie. Doctors Without Borders is such a good charity. Doctors Without Borderlands is such a good charity. It's hard to believe that there are doctors out there who don't have access to such a good video game. $21 from Ryan Howard. Hello from Australia. Best thing about a 24/7 marathon is that everyone in different time zones can watch. Just mad the Leaf Green run was at 5 a.m. for me.
I need 1 more arrow to do the correct strat for this room and have enough for later on, so I'm gonna do a slightly slower strat.
Would you normally look for a random arrow drop somewhere?
And normally I'll use 6 arrows in there and 4 arrows later on in this dungeon here, around the tower.
Also,
It's wasted a lot on that.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Landmolus
right.
determines a lot how many arrows you use or don't use, so.
It's random if those guys get in the way or not.
There's a lot of little RNG in this game that seemingly doesn't seem that bad, but it can add up to like literally minutes over the course of the run. Alright. I was just gonna body you.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a lot of specific item drops in the game. Most of the time you know where the drops are, so you know what to pick up, when to pick up, because you know specifically how many bombs and how many arrows you're going to need going forward. So here we got Ganon coming up, I guess that's a better way of pronouncing it. This is the worst encounter in this game because the fight is purely based on RNG. You can either get a, because he does an attack called, well, we call it blue balls now. Basically, if he does that attack, you can't damage him, and past the first attack he does is guaranteed to hit him, but after that it's a 50% chance, and if you start getting a lot, it costs you a ton of time. I believe it's 6 seconds per blue ball.
Well, it depends.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Basically, 2 blue balls is the most amount.
Yeah.
After that, it's an extra light.
So yeah, that one there is guaranteed, everything else is 50%. Well, except in certain cases. I don't remember how many hits it is. 7? 6. Good kill. I don't remember. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so that's, yeah, that always happens. That's never not gonna happen. Wow. So much for my 11 gold balls prediction. So yeah, that was what, I think a 6.5% chance that happens?
Yeah, it's a 1 in 16 chance that it'll happen without any blue balls.
Yeah, so that was a 1 in 16% chance, so yeah.
Very good luck.
Very good luck. Yeah. Was it 6? Okay. Yeah.
We have $150 from Ryan Myers for who's really hyped for the Ocarina of Time run. $10 donation from Joshua Littman. Donation because of Amazing Run Kyle's Mohad. Kill them animals. We have $15 from Solitis. It says, go Jadin, don't pull a cipher. And hopefully your couch is a lot more helpful than Tompa and Andy. Put this toward killing the animals in Metroid. You can save them at the Happy Tales marathon. Hashtag F my hot task. $20 from William Hans. Hi everyone, nice to see all of these amazing runs. Can't wait to watch Zelda and Mario. Love you guys. Good luck from Belgium.
So here's where you need 110 rupees. 10 rupees so the monkey can guide you to the palace, even though you kind of know where it is. 100 for him to open the palace. So there's going to be another bomb jump coming up. This bomb jump is probably like, well, I guess the second most significant bomb jump in the game. Saves about, I think, 40 seconds? Yeah. It allows you to get the hammer early. Otherwise, you'd have to go, you know, a roundabout way to get it. So it'll be coming up fairly soon. And it's a pixel perfect trick. You need to be on the, I think there's, what, 2 different pixels you can be on? But both of them are single pixel tricks, so it's a very specific trick.
You gotta be on a certain pixel and then move to another certain pixel.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's a very hard trick.
That might be too low.
That was good.
edges, you can press A after you get the boots to jump off as soon as you get next to the edge. It's just another small time saver.
Alright, so we got the jump coming up in just a bit. So you guys are pretty quiet, but we'll just ask for serious time for this.
Too high.
Alright. So you have to come back in and try it again.
In that last pause, I went up 2 pixels instead of 1.
There we go.
The 2 bomb is a lot harder. I didn't even know you did that.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, normally you could just not, like what he did was he tried to throw the bomb and then line himself up for the jump. So that's obviously harder, but it saves a little bit of time. Most of the people that go for the jump just, they line the bomb and do that and then throw the bomb in. Yeah.
From here on out, the bosses get a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I run a risk of dying at most of the ones from here on.
Yeah, pretty much. Dark World is just infinitely harder than Light World. There's not a lot of stupid RNG like there was in Light World, but there's a lot of little RNG that makes a big difference in a run. And of course, bosses are just a lot harder in general. Yeah. Well, you never know. You never know, Giano. All right, give in. Sometimes if you end up hammering and then I guess you can just hammer wrong and they scatter in the wrong direction, waste a lot of time. Alright, so here we got Helma Sword coming up. So here he's gonna charge sword and then hammer. It gives you a little bit more window to use your hammer. Yeah, there we go. Not too bad, not too bad.
After bosses die, their explosion causes a lot of lag. And for some reason, holding A reduces lag. So after bosses, you'll see him just doing a bunch of dashes in a row.
Hey guys, we just hit 150,000.
All right.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
And I'll read some of the donations that got us there. $20 from Luke Moreno. Thank you for this SGDQ from a French fan. $15 from Jean-Raphael Autissier. I hope I did that right. It's hard to stay awake, but I regret nothing. I have some issues to find my words as a Frenchie. It's 3 a.m. here. Special mentions to Cosmo's hat, because I have the same one. And to Wes, and to Blue Glass and his warm plush thing. You two were so kawaii. $15 from let's see, Michael or Michelle Bloquelet. Third donation, because wow, I really liked last runs, especially the Ocarina of Time one, whose glitches were really nicely done. Keep up the good work, people, and thanks a lot for such entertainment.
Oh yeah, so here, that's another 1.0 trick called item dash. So basically, if you hold your dash and the button to hit your item on the same frame, you'll be able to dash and use your item at the same time. You can use that with most items in the game, but there's very few instances in which it would actually be useful other than like camera dashing.
The one he just did is the most significant one in the entire game.
Like you could actually do it with like a medallion, but no point in doing that. So here's gonna get the Ocarina.
And we have $500 from JJ Foot. Shout out to the tech guys in chat mods. You guys are doing a great job and rarely get any thanks. Also, this donation is to name King Dopefish in FF4. $10 from James Rodriguez. Put this toward shaving the animals in Super Metroid. No, this is not a typo. And $20 from Brian Smith. Great job, guys. Keep it up. Nice and simple.
Well, I guess when they're dead, they're all shaved.
Easier to eat that way, right? When they're shaved. All right, and right now we've got 7 t-shirts you can get at theeddy.com/SDA. Every $3 for every t-shirt sold goes directly to Doctors Without Borders.
There's been 8,000 raids from the t-shirts.
And there's been 8,000 raised from the t-shirts so far.
Awesome.
One thing I wanted to mention about Link to the Past is even though it's very optimized and there's very specific things you need to do in order to get a very good time, there's a lot of safe strats in this game that you can use. So that way if you're not, like, you know, if you don't practice this game like an extreme amount of time, you can still beat the game pretty fast. Like you could get like a bottle, you can get the red mail, which will significantly reduce damage, you can get the gold sword, which will make Ganon a lot easier, things like that.
The hardest part is not dying.
Yeah.
You do that, you get on the 130, basically.
So here we're going to Thieves Town. There's a room coming up in a little bit. We call it the Hellway because it's very RNG dependent, and it's also involves you standing on a specific pixel. And if you do that and the correct RNG happens, you get through without taking damage and without getting hit. Otherwise, it can take a fairly long amount of time, relatively speaking, to get through the room. Alright, so it should be coming up in just a second. Yeah, that was just... I mean, that wasn't terrible, but yeah, that wasn't perfect. It could have been a lot worse.
You gotta have a little bit bad luck to make up for the
There you go.
0 blue balls.
There you go. There you have to bomb the light, otherwise you won't be able to fight the boss. Or bomb the hole, rather. I've seen that before. What?
Probably get some hearts here for safety.
Okay.
Hopefully that is the only physical one.
Right?
The line coming up, the boss of this dungeon is it may seem very difficult and very like crazy, but in fact his actions are all very specific. There's no RNG in the fight, so as long as you know what he's going to do, which you should, as long as you practice, you can always finish the fight in the same amount of time.
But sometimes it goes wrong.
Sometimes it goes wrong. So here we got the boss fight coming up. Alright, finished it. So that was an example. He just barely missed the slash, and as a result, you know, it starts continuing his pattern. Yeah. Like, runners in this game train specifically to kill blind in a specific amount of time, and once you go past that, it's like, you're gonna ad-lib it. You may not be familiar, or if you've played this game casually a lot, you may be thinking, okay, why is he going to this dungeon? Why is he going to that dungeon? There's a specific order because, of course, it saves the most time. We'll be going to, like, for instance, Ice Palace fairly early compared to what you're used to, and that's because, of course, it saves a lot of time.
I think it's because of the whirlpool you can take as a shortcut. It saves 5 seconds over a slower warp. So you do the dungeon first, or the 4 seconds.
It's like a minute.
Yeah. So here he's gonna get a 300 rupee chest. He needs 5?
Well, he needs 500.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was gonna say he needs 500 rupees to get the flippers. So he's gonna get another 300 rupee chest shortly. This one gets tempered sword, right? Okay, so he's also gonna get tempered sword now. So tempered sword is the third sword in this game. Of course, the gold sword is the biggest, or butter sword as we call it. Gold sword is not necessary to beat the game. In fact, tempered sword is actually not necessary to beat the game, but it's a heck of a lot faster than trying to beat the game with master sword. So.
All right, we got $25 from Skylar Ubaniak. Awesome weekend and awesome runs this weekend. Please put this money towards Sinister doing Punch-Out blindfolded. Make it happen! From Skylar, Jared, Cody, and Eric.
I don't think that's an incentive.
$15 from Johan Nilsson. Greetings from Sweden. This week I am proud to be a gamer. What you do is a wonderful thing. Zelda: A Link to the Past is one of my favorite games. $15 from David Strandberg. Hey guys, going to throw in a quick donation before going to bed. Also because I want that SNES. The runs so far have been absolutely amazing. Also, kill them animals.
Alright, so there we go, got the tempered sword.
Pretty much.
Except in specific bosses, it doesn't matter what sword you do, they do the same amount of damage. So here's the second 300 rupees chest, and now he has enough for flippers, which he'll get after Skull Woods, which is the next dungeon. Oh yeah, is that after Skull Woods or Ice Palace? I forgot.
Yeah, after Skull Woods.
Okay.
You need it for Ice Palace
Oh yeah.
in this category.
This could be the hardest dungeon sometimes.
It's just annoying.
It's only like 2 minutes long, but it's so hard.
It's very short. It features, in my opinion, at least one of the hardest bosses in this game. And yeah, it's just a lot of little things that can go wrong in this dungeon. Jeez.
I'm gonna take a risk there.
I'm trying to get you. Really?
Also not gonna take a risk there.
Crazy. Yeah, it's just so many little things to this game. Unless you've really watched or played this game a lot, you're never gonna notice it. It's crazy how many things are in this game that can screw you over.
Like that.
Like that. So here we got another bomb jump coming up.
Might be too low.
Alright, nice. So let's get the fire rod. Well, it's following you. Alright, so the boss will be coming up fairly soon, Matula. So basically, the boss is another mini asshole in which if you hit him into a spike, you do no damage. And it's fairly common to be able to do that. So. Yeah, the room always looks really cool. We're a bunny. Shout out to the bunny.
I guess I could have done that in the first place.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Getting into the spike, that was extra damage.
Three hearts, or Mothra will do 3 hearts if you touch him or his way.
That was a very nice fight. That was nearly perfect.
2 hits.
Yeah, 2 hits, yeah.
If I had dashed like 4 or 5 frames differently, let's take him one less hit. That's about it.
Yeah, that fight can go horribly wrong in an instant.
It just sucks when he's up in the spikes and just can't hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll randomly go in the corner and just gotta wait till it comes out.
Alright, we've got $20.83 from Roland Manansala. I've been watching speedruns for a while now, but this is my first time donating to a marathon like this. It seems only right since it goes towards such a great cause. I got my girlfriend hooked on this, and we've both been waiting to donate until Link to the Past run in hopes of winning either the N64 or the SNES. Put this toward killing the animals in Super Metroid since we gave those stupid things a lucky break during SGDQ. Good luck to all the runners, from Roland and Alyssa.
Thanks, guys.
So yeah, the bird over there, rooster, whatever it is, that allows you to go faster in the light world. Saves time.
We have $20 from Zaire. $10 is because my wife would love that baby Link costume. But because the SNES is the only old school console that I don't own, I want to try to win it as well. So I bumped it up to $20. All of this is going to save the animals. I'm sure that they're tasty though. $20 from Justin Grant. Great job on the Link to the Past run so far. I just started learning how to run it recently and have already seen some new tricks that I'm looking forward to trying out.
Good luck.
This game is brutal.
This game is brutal.
It's got one of the worst learning curves.
It's easy to get like an okay, I guess, so-so time, but once you start going past so-so times, it's when it's just brutal.
I can't tell if I'm on that there.
I think that holds true for most games.
Link to the Past is exponentially more. Like, you have no idea how brutal this game is, unless you really watched it or run it.
Even Jadin dies like all the time.
Yeah, like, Jadin's best is a 126.44 in SRL timing,
This is the second best thing.
which is, yeah, the second best time behind Crystal's 124.42. And, yeah, for him to be even under 130, we consider that a great run. That's how brutal this game is. So here we're getting the flippers.
And I'll take a minute just plug our website. Speed Demos Archive is a great site for speedrun discussion and host a very high quality speedrun videos. Over 800 of them so far, and they keep getting added, New games are being posted all the time. So that should be over 900. We should be able to get to 1,000 before too long. Also, Speedruns Live, which is a huge online community for racing speedruns and a nice conglomeration of Twitch pages, Twitch streams to see.
So here we got Ice Palace. There's a lot of nifty tricks in this dungeon, including the biggest time saver in like the whole run. It's such a big time saver that you literally reset the run if you can't pull it off. It's just, there's no way to finish the dungeon otherwise. And that's called the Ice Palace bomb jump, so we'll show you that fairly soon.
Also, this dungeon has ice physics when you're like sliding on the ice, which is really complicated and hard to handle. You can use the sword to boost you on the ice, and you can use it to pivot and change your momentum in different directions. It's just another one of those things.
Yeah, it does look
Like, out of all the, there's a lot of tricks, like of course fake flippers and item dashing and whatnot, but to do a run in this game, there's literally no alternate to the Ice Palace bomb jump. That's how important it is. Like, there's so many safe strats and whatnot, but there's no alternate to the Ice Palace bomb jump. So we got the Ice Palace bomb jump coming up in the next room, so I guess we'll just do series time for that. And there you go. So yeah, what that does is, if you see the blocks are up there, so because of that, in the, I believe it's the next room or the following room, I think following room, you can just pretty much just skip half the dungeon.
Lonely fire bars in series time.
Shout out to the Lonely Fire Bar.
Swung a little bit too early on the last one.
Almost perfect, but still.
It's one of the hardest tricks I think in this game.
Yeah, like what
It doesn't even look hard.
when Gianno was practicing this game a little bit, he would just practice ice physics for like ever. It's just so hard to get right. So yeah, it's a little neat trick that you can use to push the block while you're technically on it. So here we got Cold Stare coming up. There's a trick in this called, we call it the Poke Dash. So basically you can, well actually first before that, you need full magic bar for this. If you don't have full magic bar, you can't kill him to break the ice. There we go. That should be perfect. Oh. So yeah, okay. Yeah, basically, if had that gone perfect, he would have kept them in the corner and he would have killed them all at the same time. But still a good fight. So yeah, basically what he did is in the beginning, if you noticed, he was slightly moving up while he was casting his fire rod. The reason why he does that is because if you stay in the same spot, the ice, as you see from the roof, is going to fall down and hit you. So you need to keep on moving slightly above so that way it doesn't hit you and you can continue doing the Poke Dash. Yeah, it's really the Poke Dash. I call it the Poke Dash. I refuse to not call it the Poke Dash. It's Pokey. I mean, I guess you could call it the Poke Dash, but I don't know. I just love using Poke
Okay,
Dash.
guys, we just finished kind of a lot of work on the back end here. If you were getting 504s up until now, trying to donate, that should be fixed now. If you were waiting to donate, you can try again. Big shout outs to Totally Based UA and Cool Maddie back here for a lot of amazing work over the past couple hours. They just put in some fixes to the donate page that should make it go a little faster, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Also, our new donation goal is now 250 because, of course, we passed 150. Thanks to everyone who donated.
So yeah, also what I forgot to mention about the Ice Palace bomb jump, so the reason why it's so necessary is because if you can't land that, you need the hook shot to finish the dungeon, and we don't have the hook shot yet, so. So here we got a little neat trick. It's another 1.0 trick only, I believe. Or is it 1.1? I forgot. Yeah. But yeah, basically, in a non-overworld, non-dungeon, you can spam the mirror, and basically the block disappears. So see it block. But you can't use that in a dungeon, you can't use that in the overworld, so this is the only part of the game in which it's actually useful.
100%.
Yeah, I guess in 100% it'd be useful.
There'll be a couple more.
But not a lot of people run 100% because there's a digging game which is very RNG based and very annoying. Alright, nice.
This dungeon is, it's got tons of enemies that are random. So it's kind of like the escape in that the enemies determine how well it goes.
There's no big mistakes to make here, but lots of little ones can happen.
And also the boss has potentially a really good time saver, but it's a very hard trick, the zero cycle. Well, maybe I'll explain it a little bit when we get closer.
All right, we've got $10 from Jonathan Goodman. Thanks, thank you all for putting together this amazing event that not only entertains us for hours on end, but goes toward an amazing cause. I have to close the gap between, $15 from Patrick Abraham. I have to close the gap between dying and living animals. Shout out to Schrodinger.
What? It's caught up already?
That's crazy.
I can update you on
This
it.
game.
Let's see, let's check here. Killing versus saving the animals right now is, let's see, $11,994.59 for killing the animals, $11,389.47 for saving the animals.
Jeez.
Wow.
600 parties?
Another small thing is when you jump into the water, I can't remember what it's called, it's like splash flag or something. If you start mashing right when you jump in, it actually slows you down, so you need to wait after the splash animation to start mashing.
All right, we've got $10 from Matthew Schrader. That Zelda cross stitch is awesome. Here's another $10 so I have a chance to win that and towards saving the animals. Yeah, the three prizes we have for the this particular game are the Zelda cross stitch by Sambrea. That's $10 to get in for. $10 for a Baby Link outfit. That was on stream earlier. I'm not sure if it's on now. And a $5 to get a boxed Japanese Link to the Past 1.0 cart. The same type of cart that Jadin is running right now.
That room's actually really hard.
Yeah.
It might not work really well.
There's a lot of specific inputs you have to do with
the
this.
type here.
So yeah, there you can lift the pot up while the statue is like almost on it. So yeah, naturally, as I'm sure you realized, if you dash into that jellyfish while it's lightning, it's gonna stop you.
All right, we got $4 from Derek Mentier. Half this donation goes to Giano's Choice, and the other half goes to Sicko. It's nice to see the Jape crew is back in action. Also, I'm surprised there aren't more donations to taunt the animals. Well, the problem with that is that it kind of separates between killing and taunting, and that gives more towards save the animals, so we decided just to do one of the two.
Alright, so here we got Argus coming up. There is a trick that's extremely hard to pull off called the zero cycle. Basically, he'll have his little eyeballs, I guess, floating around him. If you're able to hookshot and kill all of them before a certain time, you would be able to kill him before he goes up in the air. Not going to be today.
You only have a few frames there.
It's a very hard trick to pull off. I think Jadin's pulled it off once.
No, he's done a lot.
Oh yeah.
Twice.
Twice. Twice. So yeah.
Well, he's the best practicing. So
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, in
two
practice,
wins.
only 2 win rounds.
Yeah. So there, if you hit Argus with the fire rod, it saves a little bit of time, allows you to hit him less with your sword in order to kill him.
So it doesn't go back up.
Yeah.
Basically, the 0 cycle, you have to do however many item dashes in a row, and you can't waste like any frames at all, or it's too slow.
The only one I've ever seen pull that off like consistently is Crystal, and well, Crystal's amazing.
All right, we've got $20 from Nicholas Landgraf. Hello, EPM from Something Awful here. I'll donate an additional $20 if Siglemic puts the caterpillar toy on the Remu plushie's head and says, "Hi, Hayati." But either both $20 increments, either or both $20 increments towards Siglemic's choice.
Caterpillar.
They're getting a lot of donations about the animals. Maybe we should go over
$20 from Michael Kien. You guys are the best. Going to be a doctor in less than a year, and what you guys are doing is fantastic. Keep up the good work and go faster
Hold on
if you
one
think your
second.
bodies can handle it.
Okay. Never mind.
Do the other
Yeah.
This trick's called super speed, and if you do an item dash with a hook shot on a ladder, he will have the speed of the hook shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs really fast.
Yeah. So, but if you get hit, you lose the speed. So.
We have $200 from Stephen Turner. Ninja Steve here again, giving a shout out to my favorite game of all time, A Link to the Past. Glad this thing finally worked. Well, due to the diligent work of our resident tech gurus, Uranium Anchor and Cool Maddie, it should be up and running pretty well now. $100 from Anthony Ferrara. Little late, but props to Sinister for the Batman run. Let him decide where this goes. $20 from Aryan Brikstra. I hope I got that right. Keeping me up for an hour just to donate. Please invest 10K of this year into those servers. Yeah. And name that horse Zelda.
All right. So now we have Misery Mire. This second room in the dungeon is a really hard room to get down right. Like there's a way to get it. So I guess it looks really cool. I guess you could call it a 1 cycle. So you'll see coming up, hopefully. Nice. There you go. That's perfect. That's really hard to pull off. It's a very hard window. Like if you miss just by a few frames, you're not going to get it. So it's very hard.
We have $60 from Adam Blaine. Any chance of Mega Man Zero at one of these events? Well, the planning for these events starts months in advance. In fact, we're already starting planning the next year's Awesome Games Done Quick, which is in January. So there's a chance it just requires a runner that wants to run something like that, and it fits in the logistics.
He's got like all the weird oranges.
It's pretty close.
$20 from Eric Gustafsson. Just want to say thanks for all the awesome runs so far. Always great to see the large variety of games that the speedrunning community covers all on one stream.
Yeah, you can shoot through the blocks.
Yeah.
As long as the blocks are moving, you can shoot the fire out through them, or a hook shot, which I'll try to do later.
Yeah, he'll show the hookshot thing in Ganon's tower.
Is that early versions or every version?
That's every version, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not positive, but I think.
We have $50 from Jonathan Melkert. Hello, runners. This wonderful community has inspired me to start running some of my favorite games. You're all absolutely wonderful people and you're doing such good work. Please keep it up. Good luck on the run, Jadin, and good luck to all the runs to come.
So yeah.
Jadin, runner's choice. Where do you want that to go?
I'll go for kill the animals.
So yeah, the 5 fire bar thing there, as you can see, you don't actually get hit by it on all 5 of it, just the first like 1.5 or so.
$20 from Charles Yates. You guys are doing great things. Here's to another 150,000.
Alright, so we got the boss coming up fairly soon, Vitreous, or more commonly known as Little Vitty. Shout out to Little Vitty. Basically, he's an eyeball with little eyes, and if you... Yes, there's a lot of eye bosses in this game. I don't know what the deal is, but... So, basically what happens with this boss is, I believe if you get hit by the eyes, you get hit for 3 hearts? 4 hearts.
Pretty sure it's 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4 hearts. But if you get hit by the little swamp, I guess you can call it, as you're going to see, I think it's 1 heart. So basically the idea to kill it fast is to just damage boost in the swamp while not getting hit by the eyes and charge sword killing them fast. So.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah. And the reason why you need to kill the eyes fast is because Vitreous has, while he still has the little eyeballs, he'll have a lightning skill. So you want to get it in 1 cycle, which is him not using any lightning, or 0 cycle, whatever you want to call it.
This boss is very risky.
Yes, because yeah, if something goes wrong, you'll end up getting hit by the eyes, and you could lose a lot of life. So here we go. All right, there we go.
Nice.
So now it's just a simple kill him with arrows. I don't know, what is it? 10 arrows?
I'm pretty relieved with that boss.
And switch the mirror, but oh well. Yeah. There goes the frame.
And after this is where the run actually gets hard.
If you didn't think it was hard enough. Next we got Turtle Rock coming up, and just Turtle Rock is just, it's crazy. Like if you can make some major mistakes in here, or
Everything is for sure.
Yeah, the hard part is that later on the game expects you to have a blue mail by this point.
exactly. So
I don't have it, so everything will do 4 hearts of damage on the
Yeah.
passion.
We have $60 from a Mr. Pied Pepper, otherwise known as Tampa, and from Save the Frames Foundation. A reminder, don't forget Ice Rod plus Hammer strategy in Ganon's Tower. I heard it worked fine. Keep it up, Jadin. Beat the crystal one day.
Thanks, Tampa. Tampa is, of course, the legendary task runner of this game. He's put a lot of time into this game, along with Yuzu, which is a Japanese runner. They found a lot of strats for this game, as well as other members of the community. There's so many people to think of that found so many neat strats for this game that have saved so much time.
We have $10 from Dustin Price. Shout out to Steve from Chibbles. Good to see the best Zelda being speedrun. Well, I'm sure there's some other Zelda runners in here that might disagree with that, but we'll let you have yours.
Like, to give you an idea of how crazy people put work into this game, there was a strat that basically rerouted the entire Palace of Darkness, which was the first dungeon in the Dark World, because optimally you want to be picking up as little bombs as possible. So the whole strategy totally revamped the dungeon. You go totally different directions, all so you don't have to pick up 1 bomb and save you 10 frames. So that's how crazy the optimal strats are for this.
You lose 10 frames when you get a bomb?
It's because the way it was routed is it goes a completely different direction, which I guess you spend 10 frames less getting a bomb. I don't know specifically what it is, because the only one that actually does it is Crystal, because she's the only one that goes for exact drops. So yeah, they're squirrels. They can be they can block you and cost you what, 5 to 10 seconds, something like that. So yeah, it was a little bit close, but yeah, it's SCP is not being cooperative. So yeah, now we're gonna go into Turtle Rock. Yeah, it sucks.
We have $20 from Gerald Brennan. Another donation during a block of amazing games. It's a shame that I won't be able to sit through all of them during work. Shout out to the mods in the IRC chat. They've been amazing. Keep up the amazing work, guys. This $20 is for whatever they want, assuming that can be arranged. If not, let the reader choose.
So yeah, you have these little floating platforms that you need the cane to use to get through. So magic is an important part of this stage. There's not really many instances in which you're going to run out of magic unless... Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a safe strat in the next room because I'm a couple down, a couple hearts down.
Ah, he missed that. So yeah, if he was to hook right there, he would fall like you see there, and so yeah, if he managed to pull off there, it just saves a little bit of time. So yeah, if you hook and through the rollers, you won't take any damage. Yeah, there's a little bit of a riskier strat that saves a little bit of time that involves you getting damage boosted by the rollers, but he doesn't have the hearts because it does 4 hearts, so I'd rather play it safe. It doesn't save like a tremendous amount of time, so.
Chain chomp room is coming up. And
God.
It's a brutal room.
It's a brutal room.
It's just luck. And then you get forward.
Very nice. Sure. Oh. Alright. Yeah, getting it once is, you know, not great, but it's not terrible.
We have $15 from Colette Phillips. First donation. The man with the sombrero can choose where this goes.
Kill the animals.
We have $21.50 from Timothy Stone. Thanks for all the great runs. I speedrun Super Metroid myself, so know very well that those animals need to die. Great runs and can't wait to donate more later for such a great cause. For Ro.
Nice, so you didn't turn bunny there. It's not like terribly uncommon to see you get hit by that yellow moving thing and turn into a bunny. Doesn't lose a tremendous amount of time, but of course you can't dash while in bunny, so they lose a little bit of time.
We have $20 from Michael Levesque. Hey guys, just had to donate some more. So many killer runs, such a great cause. Love seeing this stuff. Put $10 toward Metroid 100% and $10 toward saving the animals. It wouldn't be 100% if we let them die, would it?
Terrible. So yeah, that room is totally random where there's
12 patterns.
Yeah, there's 12 patterns, so yeah, like you can get a really awful pattern that wasn't a really good pattern, or you can get a really good pattern.
It was okay. But
You think so?
He barely missed this last one.
Okay.
Oops.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
Practice that strat a lot.
So normally that would have gone a little bit different.
The regular strat for that is really tight timing.
But yeah.
It actually matters like the room before.
Alright, so that is intentional. You always get hit by that going this way. So here he's not going to get the mirror shield. There's a little specific trick he's going to use to get the boss key. Or, yeah, boss key, right. So yeah, you can dash.
There's some luck there.
Yeah, you can dash directly under the.
If the beetle comes in fast, though, I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, the
It's
beetle.
safe if you go right there instead of left.
Okay.
Nice. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, so here we got Trinex coming up. Not too terribly difficult of a boss, but if you mess up, things can go awfully bad. So. So far, so good. So there's a little trick he's gonna do right here to set up the quick kill. Perfect. There you go. Alright, so we got all the dungeons down, except now we're going to Ganon's Tower. Ganon's Tower is definitely, without a doubt, the hardest dungeon in this game. There's just so many things that can go wrong. RNG, hell. It's just such a hard dungeon to do well. Yeah.
We have $50 from Amanda Flagg. Fantastic work, everyone. I'm Amanda. I designed the Dr. Link Mario T for the Yeti. So excited to be part of it and wishing you all the best of luck in reaching your goal. And if you go to the yeti.com/SDA right now, there are 7 t-shirts that are available for purchase, and $3 of every t-shirt purchase goes straight to Doctors Without Borders.
Nice.
Yes, that was a super speed again. There is a way, of course, with out of bounds in which to get to this tower a lot earlier than you should, but since this has no out of bounds, we can't do that. Yeah, pretty much. There is actually a pretty cool category. We call it any percent no EG. EG is the glitch that enables you to beat this game in like a minute and a half. But there's some other cool out of bounds tricks that enables you to get to this dungeon fast. But the problem is you come here with like 4 hearts, so it's like really, really difficult.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Alright, so here coming up, hopefully he'll get the fast strat. Yeah, alright, still pretty good. There's a slightly faster strat that you can move the block up rather than to the right.
It's random depending on what that top fire bar does.
Yeah. But still, what he did is very fast, so.
You don't want to take any damage.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, ping would be nice.
So here he's going to do a dash to get past that, so it saves a few seconds. And he's going to do another bonk soon. That will save you a little bit more time as well. There you go. So here we got Armos coming up again, but this time it's on ice. There's another specific setup for this, so hopefully he gets it. There you go. There's actually arrows in the upper left chest. Sometimes you need them, sometimes you don't. Depends on how many arrows you have. Since he has 11 arrows, he doesn't need them.
I got the extra pot in Turtle Rock, so I could avoid that chest.
There you go. So yeah, here we got coming up a section we like to call the gauntlet because there's just a bunch of rooms in order that are really, really difficult.
This is one of the hardest things.
Yeah, you have to use your sword to manipulate them, and it's just really hard.
I don't know if I got it.
Oh, jeez.
I was a little surprised by the.
There's a fairy down there. If you're low on hearts, you could do a safety strat there. That's...
Not too bad.
And there you go. That was a really good gauntlet.
Better than average for sure.
Yeah. So here we got Lemolos, and Lemolos is a lot easier now because you have the fire rod, so he just dies fast. Alright, there you go. Yeah, one wave is fairly common. There's a magic pot there, a little bit of refill, but he has enough magic so he doesn't need it.
It's really hard to beat that flame. You have to move really fast.
Alright. There we go. Alright, we're past that. Past the cipher part.
The cipher room. That was one of those marathon things.
It happens. Alright, we got Moldorm, and of course with Tempest Sword now, he's a lot easier. Alright. I spoke too soon.
Unless you get that low. Alright.
So here he's going to do that little hook dash, or rather hook shot through the blocks like we were talking about. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Okay.
Pretty good game.
This is so weird. This run.
Here comes some more luck.
Yeah, this is a Ganon 2. So it's a Ganon, except now there's 3 of them. 2 shadows and 1 real one. Sure. Whatever. He's that green guy. I think that hit twice, right? Not 3 times.
Yeah, just 2.
I went a 2 cycle. Holy shit. That was really good. So that was really good. So actually, he could have gotten 2 cycle, which is perfect. But what happened is, on the first one, you notice he technically hit him 3 times. But if 2 of the balls hit him at the same time, it only counts as 1 hit. So that's why he only hit him twice instead of 3 times.
One of them hit the wall instead of him.
Oh, really? I thought it hit him. Okay. Well, either way, if that happens, yeah. So we got Ganon, last boss of the game.
If you run into him, he does 8.
Yeah, I can actually survive a direct hit.
Nice.
I don't usually have this many hearts.
Time is when you go in and try for the zero.
Yes.
I took that last damage intentionally because I really needed the extra hit since I messed up the first part.
Wow. So yeah, there's a little trick there that if you light the candle, the left candle before the right one goes out, the right one always stays lit. So it's very useful because it saves you a lot of time.
was too late.
There we go. We're done.
And now everyone can breathe again.
And time.
Time.
127.29.
Yes. I want to explain one more thing. I didn't get a chance to explain, but basically, normally how you're supposed to kill Ganon is you have the gold sword and you have the silver arrows. So you would just hit him with your gold sword, that would freeze him, and then you would use the silver arrows to kill him. So in this case, though, your charged tempered sword can actually hit him, but it's a very specific window, as you noticed, and it takes a lot of hits. So it's really difficult in the beginning when you're first running this game to do it that way. But once you get really good at the game, it's fairly simple.
About Ganon, does he have a separate health meter for that last phase?
Yeah, he has
Or is
4
it
waves, and each wave will determine like what kind of damage you do to him. For example, when he was warping around and the tiles surrounding were, fading to black, you
Right.
can only do like 1 hit per teleport. That's all you need to do. That's why I didn't keep slashing him.
Yeah, you could.
I'm just saying, does he have separate? Do the separate phases of the fight have separate health amounts?
Not exactly. It's all the same timer, or not timer, but countdown. But the way you damage it is separated out.
So getting more hits in on the earlier part makes the later parts shorter.
Yeah, you had to do
That's what I'm
12 hits in a row from the next wave. That's why I was kind of risky and wanted to get that extra hit in. Otherwise, I would have lost 15 seconds or so, and he would have done the fireballs again.
Yeah, and you could actually technically hit him with the Master Sword charge, but that would take a crap load of hits to kill him. So
Only Master Sword takes a few extra minutes on getting. That was a good run. I'm happy with it.
that was
Biggest
incredible.
mistake
That was an
was
awesome
Moldorm. I fell there.
yeah, oh well, that was about the only real mistake in the run.
And now we have Super Metroid.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
About 10 seconds there too. Yeah.
But at the video.
All right, I just got handed to me a note here saying we have just surpassed $160,000.
Nice.
Shoutouts to Sinister One who missed the estimate by 5 seconds.
Oh,
127.34.
nice. Most of us were pretty wrong on that estimate.
Who's this Jadin?
All right.
Something kind of shameful to admit. I didn't know who you were, so I wasn't sure whether to add the game to the marathon again. But yeah, I was very, very wrong.
I mean, in fairness, when Jadin first offered the game, he had like a 131, so I can understand why. But it's just like in the next months, he practiced a ton, and he got his time down.
Results in
Yeah. But actually, the funny thing about Jadin is, well, he and Crystal picked this game up actually at the same time in like 2010, and Jadin stopped like, I don't know, like 7 months afterwards or something like that, whatever. He was actually doing fairly well. Like, he was pretty close to Crystal, if not beating him at certain parts. So, yeah, Jadin's really good at this game.
The 127 kind of shows that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't expect to get it actually.
No.
Isn't that still technically like the second, not counting your own PB, isn't that still like
I
second
think
or third best?
that wouldn't be faster than Adahim and ACML.
Yeah.
ACML.
ACM, I think, has 127.53. Yeah, so you're slower than that.
But it was pretty close
Yeah,
to those.
but it's still an insane time.
By the way, the cutoff for Super Metroid category is once the game boots up. And we're about to boot it up real fast, but just before we do that, we're going to play a quick commercial.
By the way, Cyclemic, you have a lot of donations for your choice.
My choice?
What would you say?
Kill the animals.
Kill the animals.
It's a speed run.
Why is
Thank you, Sick.
How about you?
How are the cats?
Let's make sacrifices in
You
it.
got
I'll kill him too.
Cruel.
Kill us. Okay, Blue Glass. Donation incentives, where to?
How are the categories going? Super Metroid categories.
Are we back from break yet?
It's a little too late. $1,400 is leading 100% right now.
Okay, good. Then kill him.
Kill him. Cosmo, where do you want